Hello everyone, I all hope you had a very, very wonderful, great day and a very, very blessed day indeed, guys. As you can see, guys, today the gardening people are here, so you'll be experiencing a lot of noise within the background just to exactly inform you and also to keep you alert as well about that. So, despite that, guys, I'm very superly grateful for your support in watching and in viewing my episodes. It gratefully, literally means a lot to me. Completely means a lot to me. From shorts and from long videos as well. Literally, guys, I'm literally grateful for you guys watching and in viewing my videos and my episodes. It gratefully completely means a lot to me as well. And I all hope you have a wonderful, great day. And as well, God bless you all and may He stay with you in everything else you guys are doing as well. Despite that, guys, I'm very grateful for your support in viewing and watching my shorts, and watching my shorts and videos means a lot to me. Like and subscribe as well if you can. I would really appreciate it. But more than that, most importantly, guys, I do literally appreciate your support in watching and in viewing my episodes, from all videos to shorts and also to long videos. That I'm truly magnificently grateful for. Despite that, always will be. On today's episode, we'll be talking about Rex, who is a water hero and also the leader of the Water Heroes, and also a founding member of the Universal Heroes, who want to restore peace and harmony and balance to the sacred world and to the sacred universe and to the rest of sacred existence and to planet Earth and to the known worlds and planets of the known universe and to the rest of humanity as well. So let's begin. In Rex's early life, he was a leader. He was chosen to be the leader of the Water Heroes by Water King Simon in order to fight against the forces, of evil throughout the water world, which he began fighting up against the water witches who were trying to conquer the water planets and the water worlds and the water kingdoms from Water King Simon. He managed to defeat them in one fell swoop. With the Water Brothers by his side, and he managed to save the water planets and the water worlds and Water King Simon from the most powerful threat known as the water witches, and he gladly literally vanquished them from the water planets and from the water worlds, and he sent them back to where they belong. The water witches were forced to retreat. And they were forced to completely teleport themselves away from the water planets and from the water worlds, and they literally escaped. But despite that, Water King Simon thanked his protégés, the Water Brothers and Rex, for their great heroism from saving Water Planet and Water World. And despite that, Water King Simon informed Rex and the Water Brothers and the other students of the Water Heroes that they'll be fighting against their greatest foe, known as Water Master, who is willing to take over the water planet and the water world and the throne of Water Kingdom, so that he can become the sole ruler and leader of the water planet. Rex exactly reassured Water King Simon that he and his team will do the utmost power and everything else in their greatest ability to prevent Water Master from conquering and reclaiming Water World and Water Planet and the Water Kingdom throne by any means necessary, which is what Rex exactly decided to do, to form the Water Heroes. He recruited the other members of his people to join the Water Heroes, such as the Water Brothers, which they gladly joined forces with him, and the other members of the Water Kingdom to join forces with him. At that time and at that rate, he formed the Water Heroes, which he began training them promptly, preparing them for their greatest battle and against their greatest foe. Water Master returned on the earlier years in order to try and reconquer water planet and water world, and he gladly exactly used his water magic and powers to fight up against the Water Heroes, which Rex and the other heroes did, and they gladly defeated Water Master and successfully vanquished him and banished him out of the water planet and out of the water world. Despite this, Water Master vowed to Water King Simon and to the Water Heroes that he would one day return to reclaim what is rightfully his, and that he will not stop until he has reclaimed it completely. Despite that, Rex reassured Water King Simon that the water world and the water planets are under the protection of the water heroes, and that they will do everything else in their utmost power, in their utmost greatest power, and their abilities to make sure that the protection of the water world and the water kingdoms and the other civilizations remain safe and remain protected at all costs, even including by vanquishing the most greatest and most powerful evil ever existed, Watermaster. Despite that, Water King Simon was very pleased and very successfully happy with the results of his protégés, who were successfully rising and ascending in greatness, and with their greatest heroism and their heroics in saving water worlds and water planet. And he discovered that Rex is destined for more, and that he can make a positive difference throughout the sacred universe and throughout the sacred world, which he began tutoring and teaching Rex the steps of humanity and the steps of humility and the steps of love and compassion and hope and caring, and the steps of compassion, love, and hope, and caring, and loyalty towards his teammates and towards his comrades and towards his own people and to the rest of mankind. Over the following years, Rex has began able to train up and does everything else he can in Waterworld City and planets, until Four, the founder and leader of the United Heroes and the leader of the Four Nation Hunters, decided, in order to recruit Rex, to join up with the Universal Heroes. And he told Water King Simon, who is a member of the United Heroes, in order if they can please exactly have Rex to join forces with the other heroes, he might likely find his place among the other supernatural creatures and beings who are also making a positive difference throughout the rest of the world, and throughout the rest of the sacred world and the rest of humanity as well in the process. Rex gladly accepted the proposition, and he decided to join forces with the Universal Heroes as well. On the 1st of January, Rex was introduced to the new Universal Man known as Grayson Ferris Unity, who is the prophesized child and the son of the original Universal Man and woman as well. And was also quietly introduced to Warboy, and also to Mind Girl as well, stated to them that these are his comrades and his teammates, and that they'll be able to join forces against each other. They'll be able to work closely against each other in order to fight up against the forces of evil and any dangerous threat that they oppose. All that is good within the world and within the rest of the known universe. And Rex gladly accepted the invitation and decided that it's time to make a positive difference once and for all as well. On the 4th of January, On the 4th of January, the Universal Heroes completely attacked a Shadow Empire warlord and commander who was about to deliver off-world technology to a mysterious supplier, in which they're able to disrupt the supply system and everything else. And Rex was very successfully pleased that his teammates were able to stop the inevitable before it can actually take place as well. On the 5th of January, the Universal Heroes returned to their home base, to their home base of their headquarters, where Rex was very, very successfully pleased with how they're able to work together and coordinate together, stated to them that they'll be fighting more dangerous, powerful foes and enemies along the way, meaning that Shadow Empire warlord and commander was definitely not from this planet or not from this universe. And Universal Man agreed with Rex that they're fighting a threat that does not belong from this universe as well. On the 9th of January, the Universal Heroes were sent. The Universal Heroes were gratefully sent on another mission in order to stop the Dark Druids from receiving powerful dark technology, which they were able to prevent in a matter of short notice by stopping the delivery system before it can gratefully take place as well. And they made sure that the delivery system was heavily protected as they fought up against the most powerful dark magic user known as a Dark Druid, which they're able to prevent it, and they remain victorious as well, no matter what. On the 12th of January, Rex and the other water heroes secretly meet up with each other on a secret base on planet Earth, where they'll be able to speak in order to know how Rex is settling upon the mortal world and a mortal plane. Rex told his comrades and his teammates that they'll always be the members of his team, his original members of his team, and they'll always act like his brothers and sisters, even though he has found new members and other members of his team. Despite that, he quietly views them as brothers and sisters, and he's willing to do whatever it takes to protect them as well, no matter what. On the 15th of January, the Universal Heroes accepted a new member of their team known as Firebird, which Firebird was gratefully, very, very successfully pleased to join forces with them, and they were also sent on another mission to prevent the Order of Darkness of acquiring and obtaining dangerous, powerful intelligence information which they had to do in order to prevent the information from landing on the wrong hands. Rex gratefully fought up against the assassin of the Order of Darkness and gladly took her down, and her forces and the rest of the Universal Heroes triumphed as they remained victorious as well. They welcomed Firebird into the family and into the team, stated to her that she's a member of the Universal Heroes and that her job and her mission were gratefully proved very much invaluable as well to the mission, meaning that she's fully a member of the Universal Heroes as well. Despite that, on the 17th of January, Rex met up with the Water King. On the United Hero base, where he was able to tell him about his place within the Universal Heroes, and he stated to him that he's making a great positive difference throughout humanity and throughout the rest of the Sacred World, and he's making a very, very great change and a very, very great smart change after all. And Water King Simon literally praised Rex for his great work and his heroism, and stated to him that you are always meant to make a positive difference, no matter what has occurred and no matter what has changed as well. On the 22nd of January, Rex and the other Universal Heroes were introduced by the Four Nation Hunters due to Four, who is the leader and founder of the Four Nation Hunters, and stated to Rex and the other members of the Universal Heroes that the Four Nation Hunters will remain also as their allies and their comrades and their brothers and sisters in arms as well. And Rex completely welcomed them and shook hands with Hank Starwood, Vogel Starwood, Ivy Ferris Hellfire, shook hands with them and remarked them as brothers and sisters, meaning that they also welcomed to the fight as well. On the 25th of January, Rex was quietly present when he witnessed Universal Man, the Prophesized Child, and the rest of his comrades put an end to the original Lord of Magic, which they gladly did as well, which created a power vacuum within the Shadow Empire, forcing the Shadow Empire Warlord and Commander to secretly forming alliances with the most powerful, deathless, shadowy, ancient secretive societies of supervillains known as the Order of the Five, Order of the Six, Order of the Seven, Sacred Five, Unholy Alliance, the Founders, the Galactic, and the Galactic Sacred Circle, Founders and the Galactic, the Order of the Four as well, the Founders and the Galactic, and the Order of the Four as well, and the Order of the Four as well, and the Dark Order as well, in order for them to secretly supply them with destructive and more powerful technology. In return, these ancient secret society groups of supervillains will supply them with more worlds and with more planets that are under their sole control as well. On the 27th, Rex was quietly present as the members of the United Heroes and the members of the Intergalactic Coalition discussed their next steps in order to restoring peace and balance to the sacred universe and to the sacred world, as they were able, as the members of the Intergalactic Coalition stated to the United Heroes that the power vacuum has already begun and that chaos is about to insert as well, no matter what. On the 6th of February, the Universal Heroes were about to do their own missions in order to restoring peace and balance to the sacred world and to the rest of the known universe and to the rest of the sacred universe. Rex told the members of the Universal Heroes that he cannot join them, that he won't be able to participate with them on their outer space missions or any of their missions to go throughout the known universe. He has to stay here on the inner solar system and the rest of the inner part of the sacred universe and world in order to stay as one of the Universal Heroes members, to make sure that peace and everything else has been preserved and restored throughout the sacred world and throughout the rest of sacred existence. And the other members of the Universal Heroes stated to him that that is exactly honorable and a very much kind way of a good work, meaning in other words that they'll have each other's backs no matter what, and that they'll always protect each other no matter what. Despite that, they appreciated Rex's concern for protecting humanity and him staying over as one of the Universal Heroes leaders, and Universal Man stated to Rex that he'll take over from the other side, from the other side, while he takes over from the other side, making sure that the groups are heavily split and divided from all sides to make sure that the Intergalactic Coalition and the rest of the forces don't exactly stretch thin enough. Rex reassured Universal Man that he has his own team of superheroes that are under his leadership, known as the Water Heroes, who will help him exactly restore balance and peace to the other worlds. Despite that, he and Universal Man shook hands, remarked themselves as brothers, and stated to Rex that he'll ever remain a Universal Hero and that he will ever remain as his brother. And despite that, their partnership and their friendship will remain the same, no matter what. And Rex was successfully pleased and very, very gratefully happy of that as he watched the Universal Heroes go off their own mission throughout outer space to enter the sacred universe in order to make sure that peace is restored in a far, far corner of the known universe and the rest of sacred existence as well. As he'll do his part here on the other side of the universe to make sure that peace and balance flow towards mankind and humanity has been successfully restored as well in the process. On the 11th of February, Rex joined the Water Heroes in a mission to saving the other water worlds and planets as the Shadow Empire warlord and commanders began invading other worlds and planets and began attacking them. The Water Heroes were forced to fight back as they did everything else they can in their power and the ability to saving the other inhabitants, and they gladly did so as the alien inhabitants exactly thanked the Water Heroes and Rex for their great heroism and great work, and the inhabitants of the alien race exactly decided to join forces with the Intergalactic Coalition as they promised to join forces in order to aiding the Intergalactic Coalition in its mission to liberating more worlds and more planets that are under the control of the Shadow Empire. And Rex gladly shook hands with the inhabitants of the alien worlds and civilization as well. On the 15th of February, Rex and the other Water Heroes entered the sacred magic dimension, where they were able to discover a huge series of attacks from the witches of the dark worlds, who were attacking the other worlds and planets and magical schools and civilization, and they decided to wage war they decided to do battle with them, which they're successfully able to do so. Rex uses water powers and his abilities in order to attack the witches, and the witches continue using their dark magic and powers and their abilities, which to continue to do so, not until one of the most powerful dark witches told Rex that the Universal Heroes have completely disappeared and that they never again seen after again, which created another power vacuum within the Shadow Empire. And Rex was completely shocked and very, very surprised by that. As the witches completely retreated and withdrawn from the battle, Rex and the Water Heroes were completely shocked and very surprised by that, meaning in other words, they were not completely happy with that, not very successfully happy with that. On the 19th of February, Rex and the Water Heroes secretly convened on the underwater base, where they were able to discover huge forces of the Shadow Empire warlords and commanders and their battle cruisers that are heavily traveling on other worlds and planets and civilization. And Rex began to discover that the Red Empire is taking full advantage of the chaos and of the destruction of the Shadow Empire, and it's using its resources to further its own goals and plans of conquest, to conquering other powerful greater cities, conquering other powerful greater capital magical cities and planets and unknown worlds throughout the sacred universe and throughout the sacred world. Meaning, in other words, the Red Empire's conquest and goals has to be fully successful to be stopped by any means necessary as well. Not until one of the Water Brothers told Rex that there's a new Lord of Magic and the most powerful and deathless, and he's recruiting the Shadow Empire warlords and commanders, and he has formed his ancient secret society that has existed for many centuries, known as the Order of Power, with the goal to eradicate supernaturals, aliens, superhumans, and control and conquer the sacred world and the sacred universe and the other and the other and the other ancient universes and the other ancient universes as well, in a process to become the sole dominant leader and ruler of the entire known universe and of humanity and of the supernatural world and of the sacred world and of the sacred universe. Despite this, Rex wasn't quietly disorientated or quietly shocked at the result, as he quietly knew one way or another that the return of the new Lord of Magic would gladly come to bear fruit one way or another, and that his followers and his disciples and his proteges would likely take his place. Despite that, Rex told the Water Heroes that they have to utilize their resources to stopping the Shadow Empire warlords and commanders by every turn they begin to attack or strike back by any means necessary as well. On the 29th of February, the Water Heroes and Rex managed to liberate many more worlds and planets in civilization that are under the sole control of the Shadow Empire, and managed to dealt a full blow to the Shadow Empire warlords and commanders as they gladly defeated them one after the other, and the Shadow Empire warlords and commanders were forced to secretly retreat and withdraw from the battle, as their battle cruisers were heavily decimated by the Intergalactic Coalition's forces as well. On the 8th of March, the Universal Heroes gladly shook hands with Rex, stated to him that he has done a very good job and a very good work, keeping things quietly under control despite their disappearance, and stating to him that everything else has been under control. And Rex exactly told Universal Man exactly told Rex he knows about the news and that it's getting more worse than ever before, meaning that it's time for them to make a different change once and for all as well. On the 15th of March, Rex was quietly present as the members of the Sacred Team began having a secretive meeting with few members of the Intergalactic Coalition, and stated to them that the Intergalactic Coalition has become compromised and under the influence of the new Lord of Magic, meaning in other words, the Intergalactic Coalition can't be trusted. And Rex began to exactly agree with that, meaning in other words that they have to take different effective changes and measures in order to protect themselves and the ones they love by any means necessary. And the members of the United Heroes completely agreed that there's too much at stake to be let down, and there's too much gratefully at stake that can never be underestimated as well. On the 29th of March, Rex and the rest of the Sacred Team began destroying all the limited source of shadow energy, from other worlds and planets and civilization that the Shadow Empire warlords and commanders were secretly supplying to the Shadow Empire, that's under the current leadership of Red Bolt, who is a founder and leader of the Dark Order, an ancient secret society that's been manipulating and controlling secretive wars and conflicts and balance and events for many centuries and for many years, with the sole goal to become the sole rulers of the sacred universe and of the sacred world and of the star universe. Despite this, Rex was very successful, pleased that they're able to slow down the Shadow Empire, rampaging in collecting and extracting so much shadow energy and light energy in the process as well. On the 9th of April, Rex met up with Universal Man and the Universal Heroes and told him that he's been doing a very much of a great work and great progress with his mission in liberating more worlds and planets and civilization. Despite this, Universal Man also completely thanked him and was very supportive of him, telling him that he has done a very great job as well in himself, and the Universal Heroes are quietly doing everything else they can in their power and in their ability to restore peace and balance to the sacred world and to the rest of sacred existence. But no less important, the Universal Defending Heroes are quietly facing greater peril and greater threats than ever before. Rex exactly decided it's best that he focuses his full attention on his home planet and on the rest of his people, make sure that the Shadow Empire warlords and commanders never attack. And Universal Man gladly shook hands with him that his place with the Universal Heroes will always be there and it will always remain the same, no matter what. On the 19th of April, the Shadow Empire warlord with one battle cruiser decided to attack the water worlds and planets in civilization as the Water Heroes led by Rex were forced to defend it, as they completely exactly defended it and stopped the Shadow Empire warlord from attacking the other water worlds and planets in civilization by using their water abilities and powers as they converge all the water energy and power in order to destroy the battle cruiser once and for all. And they managed to capture the Shadow Empire warlord, and after capturing him, they sent him straightly into custody into the Astral Prison two main crimes against the sacred world and against the sacred universe and against the water kingdom and water king Simon and against the known worlds of the known universe. The astral prison is like a powerful prison designed to house super criminals, super villains, and powerful dark druids, evil warlocks, and evil witches, and evil druids, and evil faithful, and powerful warlords and commanders, Shadow Empire warlords, and deadliest criminals and very powerful supervillains as well. It's a prison designed for that, as well as the sacred prison and the dark ark prison as well. Despite that, Water King Simon decided it's best not to send the Shadow Empire warlord into the astral prison, rather to send him straightly into the water, rather to sentence the Shadow Empire warlord straight into the water prison, where he can be asked and where he can be interrogated. And Rex agreed that the Water King himself will do the interrogation as well. And Water King Simon completely agreed with that as well. On the 15th of May, Rax completely convened with the members of the United Heroes and with the members of the Intergalactic Coalition in a holographic holograms, where they were able to speak about their situations and their full plans, and where they're able to speak about their situations and their full plans, said to them that the new law of magic's control and influence has spread throughout the entire sacred universe and the sacred world, and that it has created a further rift among the supernaturals and the aliens and the superhumans that are quietly completely fighting up against the Four Nation Hunters. And Ras completely agreed that it's time for them to change this war and this battle once and for all as well. On the 29th of May, Rax and the other water heroes began fighting up against the most powerful dark magic users known as the Dark Druids and the Dark Witches and the Dark Faithful, and completely decided in order to destroy their plans before they can successfully bear fruit, which they gladly did so, and the dark magic users were forced to retreat, as some of them were completely decimated throughout the battle as well, and the water heroes remained victorious as well. On the 15th of June, Rex secretly convened with the members of the Universal Space Heroes, and they gave him all the heads up and all the information and all the intelligence information about what exactly has been going on throughout the sacred world and throughout the sacred universe. They to them that the resources are also for Rex to use and also for the Universal Heroes to use as well, in any case they want to see, or in any case they want to successfully do as well. And Rex agreed, and I was very, very grateful for that, and stated to the Universal Space Heroes that they place within the Universal Heroes will always remain the same. And they all successfully agreed on that as well, and was very grateful for the information and for the intelligence as well. On the 29th of June, Rex and the other water heroes began meeting up with Water King Simon on his throne room, telling him everything else about the information that they managed to secretly gather from the other heroes. And Water King Simon was very successfully pleased, meaning that he has managed to successfully create a revolution that can fight back against the Shadow Empire, warlords, and commanders, meaning that they might need more help and more strategy. And Rex completely agreed with that as well. On the 15th of July, Rex and the other members of the Water Heroes and the other members of the Intergalactic Coalition landed a full-blowing strike against the Shadow Empire warlords and commanders delivery system, and managed to destroy some of the surviving of light energy and the shadow energy in the process, and managed to deal with a full swiftly blow on the other side, and managed to liberate all the contaminated worlds and planets from the control of the Shadow Empire warlords and commanders. The fairies and the warlocks and the druids stated to Rex and the Intergalactic Coalition that they remain allies to the true Intergalactic Coalition and to the Universal Heroes and to the Water Heroes. Stated to him that they'll work together by any means necessary, and that they'll join forces no matter what. And Rex gladly shook hands with the magic users, with the magical creatures and users, and stated to him that he's very successfully pleased of their loyalty and the devotion to the Intergalactic Coalition and to the Water Heroes and to the Universal Heroes, and that they're very grateful for their support, and that they'll always exactly need it when the time comes as well, and that they'll gladly join forces to work together no matter what. On the 9th of August, Rex was quietly present with Firebird, Mind Girl, and Warboy as the world heroes decided it's best that they exactly reveal themselves to the world and to the rest of the sacred world to make a positive difference and bring hope and inspiration towards the supernatural aliens towards the supernatural aliens and superhumans, and as well to the sacred world, and as well to humanity. And Rex agreed that that's the best thing they can exactly ask for as well, no matter what. On the 10th of August, Russ was partly present with the other members of the Intergalactic Coalition and the Sacred Team, stated to them that they managed to do a very good work and a very, very wonderful work that the world heroes are doing, and that the world heroes will continue doing their work and their mission as well. And they all successfully agreed that could work for them in many, many ways as well. On the 15th of August, Rex exactly entered a secretive meeting with the members of the Water Heroes, where they were able to discuss Mr. X trying to tarnish the United Heroes' reputation and everything else that he's been doing. And Rex exactly stated to them that they have a way to take down Mr. X, but it might come back as a very much of a powerful big shock to the rest of the press. On the 17th of August, Water Hero Rex held up a press conference with the public of humanity, stated to the public that Mr. X's allegation against the Universal Heroes, against the United Heroes, were quietly false, and that they were all not exactly true. And despite that they never successfully bear fruit, despite that the press and the rest of the other humans were very quietly skeptical and very, very quietly surprised and shocked at what Rex is quietly telling the public, and despite that, Rex reassured the humans that the United Heroes are doing their job and their mission very well in fulfilling the laws of justice and order and peace, love and harmony, no matter what as well. On the 28th of August, Rex completely exactly attended another secretive meeting with the members of the Sacred Team on their secretive basis, as he told them that the situation is quietly completely boiling out of control and literally spinning out of control, meaning that they have to do everything else they can in their power to restoring peace and harmony and relations to the humans by any means necessary. And the Sacred Team has successfully agreed that that's exactly what they intended to do, but they have to do it in a positive way, not in a very much of a wrong way. And Rex successfully agreed that as well. On the 10th of September, Rex and the other members of the Water Heroes entered Sacred Valley in order to study and learn what the supervillains are planning, and they discovered that Silverface is quietly now the leader of a secretive of a sacred shadowy criminal international criminal organization known as the Order of Darkness, that works behalf of the founders, who are an ancient secret society of supervillains with the sole goal and mission to remain the sole rulers of the sacred world and of the sacred universe and of planet Earth and of humanity and of the known universe as well. Despite that, Rex exactly was able to gather all the intelligence and all the information, and during their departure, the villains discovered the heroes and decided to fight up against them. Silverface completely took down Rex and the other Water Heroes and was able to gain the upper hand. Not until their flyer and their ship exactly returned to bombing the rest of the base, and they completely exactly withdrawn and retreated as well. On the 15th of September, Rex was able to share the information with the rest of the Universal Heroes and with the Universal Founders and with the rest of the Four Nation Hunter allies, stating them that the Order of Darkness is still quietly rising in power and they're still scheming something big and very, very dangerous. And what it is that they're successfully planning is not good for the rest of the world and for the rest of humanity. And the rest of the other members of the rest of the allies of the Universal Heroes secretly began agreeing to that they have to do something in order to fight this dangerous shadowy terrorist organization by any means necessary as well. On the 29th of September, Rex was able to meet up with Water King Simon on the other secretive bases, and Water King Simon completely praised Rex for his work and for his great devotion by making a positive difference towards the sacred world and towards the rest of the sacred universe and to the rest of sacred existence, and stated him that he has done a very good job and a very, very great work in restoring peace and relation. And Rex told Water King Simon that he has so much to do and that he is willing to do whatever it takes to make sure that peace and relation remains the same. And Water King Simon stated to Rex that he has his support and the support of his people and the rest of his people who are willing to help and who are willing to help him and who are willing to help him to restore peace and love and harmony to the sacred world and to the sacred universe. And Rex was successfully happy and very pleased with that as well. On the 15th of October, Rex exactly addressed the people of Waterworld and the people of Waterworld and the people of Waterworld and the people of the Water Kingdom and of the Waterworld, said to them that they need to make sure that they make a very positive difference towards humanity and the rest of the sacred world, meaning they need to help the Intergalactic Coalition and the rest of the Universal Heroes fight up against the most powerful, deadliest threats and foes and evil villains who are willing to create chaos and destruction upon their wake. And the other people of the Water Kingdom and of the Water World begin to question how they're willing to do that by joining forces. And they all successfully agreed that they're willing to help the Intergalactic Coalition and the Universal Heroes by any means necessary as well. And Rex was successfully pleased and very happy with that. On the 10th of November, Rex began to convene with the members of the United Heroes as he told them that the resistance is secretly successfully rising and is able to exactly land a full throwback against the Shadow Empire warlords and commanders. He managed to deliver a full drawing back of a victory, and the members of the United Heroes were successfully pleased as their reputation is now back on the good spot of the public eye of mankind, meaning that they can do their jobs and the mission well, and in taking down Mr. X and the founders in full secrecy, and that the Universal Heroes were able to do that as well by any means necessary, and Rex successfully agreed with that as well. On the 20th of November, Rex was quietly present and was able to discuss these plans with the Water Heroes, telling them that all he wants to do is make sure that humanity and the sacred world and the rest of sacred existence is safe and well protected. And the other Water Hero comrades decided that's exactly what they're willing to do, and they'll give up their lives and everything else they have with it in order to make sure that mankind is safe and well restored as well. On the 15th of December, the Universal Heroes and the Water Heroes successfully convened on the asteroid base, stated to them that the Water Heroes are now members, the official members of the Universal Heroes, and they're willing to do whatever it takes to provide resources and information and intelligence to the Universal Heroes. And Rex shook hands with Universal Man, stated to him that he'll always be an official member of the Universal Hero, and that the Water Heroes are also the official members of the Water Heroes as well, no matter what. That has never changed as well, and Rex was successfully happy. On the 25th, the Universal Heroes and the Water Heroes celebrated Christmas and enjoyed themselves in their great victories over the battles that they quietly lost, and said to them that the war is far from over, and they're willing to do whatever it takes to make sure that the storm passes, and they're willing to bring difference and a positive change to the world and to the rest of humanity and to the sacred world and to the sacred universes and to the other universes as well by any means necessary. On the 5th of January, Rex convened with the members of the Sacred Team and with the members of the Intergalactic Coalition on their sacred base, where they'll be able to discuss their plans and everything else, say to them that it's time for them to begin making a positive difference in order to fight up against the most powerful, dangerous, and deadliest threat, meaning the time for confrontation and talk is over. It's time for them to take action. And Rex systematically agreed that it's time for them to do that. Despite this, guys, Rex is a very skillful water superhero, skillful in water energy, skillful in mastering water energy and water powers and water ability. He's a very powerful merman in Zakabriza. He's a very powerful merman. He can able to transform his mermaid body into his human body and keep all his supernatural watery powers, and he can also maintain his supernatural powers and his water supernatural powers at bay. He's very good, very fearless, and very loyal to the Universal Heroes and to Water King and to the United Heroes and to the Sacred Team and to the Intergalactic Coalition. He loves them and he views them all as families, and is willing to do whatever it takes to protect his home world and planet known as Water World and Water Kingdom and Water Planets and Water Worlds from the forces of evil. His greatest and most powerful vividable nemesis is Water Master, and is willing to do whatever it takes to stop him in order to prevent him from reconquering and reclaiming his throne, his rightful place within the throne of Water Kingdom, and is willing to do whatever it takes. He even forms powerful alliances with the Universal Founders, the Universal Magic Heroes, the Universal Defending Heroes, the Universal Space Heroes, the Universal Fire Heroes, the Universal Earth Heroes, and the Universal Earth Heroes as well, and the Four Nation Hunters as well, in order for them to restore peace and harmony and balance and love to the sacred world. Despite this, he views all of the other sacred heroes as his brothers and sisters in arms, and is willing to do whatever it takes to protect them and to make sure that humanity and the world remains a safer place, even if it means by making a different and a positive change by any means necessary. Rex is very compassionate, very loving, very caring, very charismatic, and very intelligent, and a very powerful water hero, able to master his ability and controlling of his water powers for many years and for many centuries. He has the ability of superhuman strength, the ability of superhuman speed, the ability of superhuman intelligence, the ability of the ability of long gravity, and and also the ability of manipulating water and water energy at will, and the ability of creating water shields, the ability of creating water shields, the ability of creating water shields, water swords, and water, and the ability of manipulating water powers and water abilities at will. He's very, very skilled in water abilities and in water energy, in manipulating water and water powers and water abilities at will, and he maintains his usual bases of operation, such as his water bases, where he can able to secretly convene and discuss his plans with the rest of the water heroes and the other members of the universal heroes, where they can secretly discuss their plans and everything else and share their plans to making a positive difference to the sacred world and to the rest of humanity and all of that, and as well as his central headquarters, which is a asteroid base of the universal heroes, where they can fully meet up and discuss their plans and everything else and supporting each other and making a positive difference towards humanity, towards the sacred worlds, towards the sacred world, the over universe, the light universe, the golden universe, the mixel universe, the star universe, and the dark universe and the dark universe and all the other universes by any means necessary. Despite this, he views Universal Man as a brother and the other members of the Universal Heroes as brothers and sisters, and is willing to do whatever it takes to protect them and to keep them safe and to fight against the greatest forces of evil, such as Watermaster, the Water Witches, the Dark Druids, the Dark Witches and the Dark Faithful, the Shadow Empire, Warlords and Commander and the Shadow Empire, the Dark Order, the founders, the Dark King, Dark Grey, the founders of Dark King, Dark Grey, the Dark Fates, Order of the Four, Order of the Six, Order of the Six, Order of the Five, the Unholy Alliance, Sacred Circle, Sacred Five, the Galactic is willing to do whatever it takes to stop these sinister threats and these forces from completing their goals and their plans before they can successfully bear fruit, and is willing to protect his home planet and his home people with every fiber of his being, and he loves his people with all his heart, and is willing to make sure that these people and the rest of his worlds and planets and his home planet and the rest of his home worlds and planets and civilization are heavily protected and heavily guarded. And despite that, he's very compassionate, very skillful, very intelligent, very loving, and very strong and very fearless. Rex, the water hero, is a founding member of the Universal Hero and an original member of the Universal Heroes who want to restore sacred balance, peace, harmony, love to the sacred universe and to the sacred world and to humanity and to planet Earth, known worlds, known universes, the sacred universe, the golden universe, the over universe, the star universe, the robotics universe, the robotics universe, the over universe, the light universe, the dark universe, the sacred universe as well, and the other universes as well throughout sacred existence. And he's willing to do whatever it takes. And he's very loving of his people and very devoted to making sure that Water King Simon and the United Heroes fulfill their mission and their objective, and he's very loyal to them, and he views them as his mentors, and he's willing to join sides and forces with them to protecting the sacred world and the rest of the sacred universe. And he views the Four Nation Hunters as brothers and sisters, and the members of the Intergalactic Coalition and the members of the elders of the Intergalactic Coalition as old grandma, and elders as old grandma as his mentors as well, and is willing to make sure that they're all protected and all safe. He's very loving and very compassionate. His greatest foe and enemy is Watermaster, and he's willing to take him down and bring him to justice by any means necessary. He is the leader of the Water Heroes, founder and leader of the Water Heroes, and he's led them for many years. And he's still continuing to do so now, and an original founding member of the Universal Heroes as well. Well, guys, that's it for today's episode. I'll exactly see you tomorrow on Friday. Have a wonderful, blessed, great day indeed. Enjoy yourself and take care. I appreciate your support in viewing and watching my episode. Like and subscribe as well. Have a blessed day. See you to. I won't be able to upload tomorrow's episode and video, but I'll able to upload the shorts for those of you guys who are watching shorts. You'll receive tomorrow's video on next week Monday. So have a blessed day and a very great week. Appreciate your support. Love you guys. God bless you all. Take care. Have a wonderful afternoon and a blessed day. Bye.